continue item 10 for 3 weeks to August 30th, please.
Very good. Without objection, that'll be the order. Councilmember Hutt.
Hello,
Thank
everyone.
you, Mr. President.
What up,
I'd like to
everybody?
call item
What up,
11,
Yessie?
12,
Oh,
and
man.
13
Yes, you feel better,
continuances for
bro.
1 week.
Sorry to hear that, bud.
Very good.
Hopefully you're
Without
feeling better. Quick.
11,
good to
12,
see
and
ya.
13 for 1 week.
Correct.
Okay. Without objection, that'll be the order. Any other specials, members?
Ah, Yessie, thank you for the huge dono. Let's go.
Just for
20
clarification,
bounds.
that 1 week would be
Let's
August
go.
16th.
Thank you, Ian. You rock.
Very good.
Feel better, man. Really.
Any other specials going once? Going twice. All right. Madam Clerk, what items are now available for us to vote on?
What is it?
Mr.
That one.
President,
Okay, sorry.
couldn't
find the right one.
vote on item 1.
Yeah, they're early.
2.
He's
and
pissed.
4,
Well, it's
please.
10-10. I don't know if they're early.
Those
They're just
items are
less
now
late.
For us, seeing no members wishing to speak. And by the way, can the roll please reflect Councilmember Padilla
Donna.
as being
Hi,
present?
Francine. What's up, Jack?
Without
up,
objection,
RS?
those items are now before
Tom?
us. Let's go ahead and open the roll,
Rob.
close the roll,
Westu.
and tabulate the votes.
Silencer. It's good. to see you.
13 eyes.
Yep,
All right,
fresh and
Madam
clean right
Clerk,
here.
next order of business
Ice
is
cold
public
water
comment.
in it too.
Yes, sir.
Can we please read in the instructions?
Yes, sir. As indicated on the agenda, members of the public wishing to offer public comment
What's up,
should
Kiss?
call
Alice?
669-254-5252
Hi, on
and
Esther.
use meeting ID number
Guns?
160-535-8466, then press pound. Press pound again when prompted for participant
Hi, Christy.
ID. Once admitted into the meeting, press star 9 to request to speak. When it is your turn to speak, an automated Zoom voice will ask you to press star 6 to unmute. Again,
Ice
call
Cube, I don't know.
669
Is he supposed to be there?
254-5252 and use meeting ID number
to see you too, Rick.
160-535-8466.
Hi,
Then
Hyundai.
press pound.
Good morning.
Press pound again when prompted for participant
Schultz.
ID.
Hi,
Once
DJ.
admitted into
Hi,
the
Terry.
meeting, press star 9 to
Catherine.
request to speak. When it is your turn to speak, an automated Zoom voice will ask you to press
don't know,
star 6 to
Godfather.
unmute.
Don't start spamming, dude. I don't want to have to kick you out already. Don't be stupid, because I will.
To members of the public calling in, when it is your turn
Oh, we
to
got a
speak,
new person
please
here.
state
Who's
which
that?
of the agenda items you would like to speak
Who's
on.
that?
You have 1 minute per item
got
to
the
speak.
sweet
up to
super
3 minutes
mask.
total,
Like
and
a
1 minute for
fucking
general
super
public comment
moron.
if you wish. Speak items before beginning general public. We will
What's up,
tell
Betty?
you when it is when your time is up.
Hi, Randy.
When speaking
Wayne.
on the agenda items, you must be
I'm
on
Hope.
topic. Our goal is to get through as many speakers as we can. If you are not speaking on topic, or if we cannot tell whether you are speaking on topic, you will get one brief warning from me or the president. If you do not immediately get
It's
clear
fear,
on
Rick
topic
D.
or again
Just
stray
straight
off topic,
fear.
the president will cut
There's
you
no
off,
point to
and
be
you will
putting that
forfeit
on your
the rest of
face.
your
We
speaking
know this.
time.
It's just
We'll
fear.
move on to the next speaker.
An idiocracy.
The items open for public
She's a
comment
moron.
are items 8,
She's
9,
licked the
and
plate
14.
of bullshit, that
For members
scamdemic
of the
plate,
public calling to
and
speak,
licked it
when
clean.
is
She
your
ate the
turn to
whole
speak,
burger
an
and
automated
licked
message
the
from
plate
Zoom will
clean.
prompt you to press star 6 to unmute yourself. If you do not do so, council staff will prompt you once more. If you
She's
do
still
not
waiting for a
immediately
curve to be
unmute yourself
flattened.
when prompted by staff, you'll forfeit your time and we'll move on to the next
That's all we
speaker.
got to do.
Please note there is a brief time delay between the live meeting and the broadcast. If you are also listening to the council meeting on your computer,
Maybe she's
channel
got a cold
35
sore.
or
That
other
would be about the only
please
thing to
turn down
hide.
the volume of those devices
Your
immediately
fucking
when it is
shanked
your
up
turn to
lip.
speak. Because of feedback and a time delay between the live meeting and the broadcast, it will cause
yeah,
a lot
Dragon.
of
Give me
confusion
one
if you
second.
continue to
Let's,
listen on your other devices. Also, keep one ear to the phone while waiting to speak. Thank you.
Oh, shit. What did I just
All
do?
right, thank you very much. With that,
What is
we
with that?
are
How does
ready
it
to
do that
begin
now?
public comment. We'll begin
There you
with
go.
speakers who are here.
Good
in
thing
the
I wasn't
chambers.
naked.
And as I call your name, I'd like to ask if you could make your way to the to your left-hand side of the chambers.
Not my
and
left,
our
but your
sergeants
left.
will,
The other
then,
left.
direct you up to the podium to speak.
You know their voter base.
I'm
They
gonna
don't
call
know
out a
their
number
left
of
from their
names.
right.
Claudio Bavel.
I know your other left.
Duncan Sachdeva, Eknur Singh, Sharon Sekon, and Jessica Robinson, please.
All right, where are all the real folks? And why is it so dead? Mr. Spindler right up front with the puppet. You can see him. He's right there. Is that 50 guns in the back?
Good morning.
I think 50 guns is there too.
Speaker, can you please remind us of your name and which items you would like to speak on?
My name is Claudio Bobero. I'm just here to
address my concern in regards to the apartment complex on Glory Homes, 4928 West
Spindler
ML
right
King
there.
Boulevard, and I would like my council lady to really understand what's going on.
What's up, Jeremy?
At the Glory Homes complex, the manager is Paula Marshall.
Draco?
We have trash, rats, homeless people, all type of situation, and the documentation is here. And also we have squatters on the property with pit bulls.
Your houseless
And
neighbors.
the dogs already attacked some people on the complex. So
Don't worry.
I'm just here to say to the council that the seniors that live in the apartment complex,
Don't worry about the
they're going
seniors.
through all kind of hell in regards to the condition that they have to live in.
Who cares?
And Glory Homes happen to be rent control, and the city of LA continue to give these people capital improvement. Here's the documentation and the pictures. See for yourself, because this has to come to an end. Why do you give these people capital improvement, and this is the condition the seniors have to live in? No, I don't think so.
Oh, they are going to, you keep voting for them,
All
so
right.
yes,
Thank you
they
very
are
much.
going to keep
No problem.
voting. That is going to
Next
keep
speaker,
happening,
please.
and yes, don't be getting mad at it. Fuck the seniors, right? Remember, your houseless neighbor who got the pit bull and doing drugs over there, who's squatting, they have more rights than the senior citizens. You remember
Speaker,
that.
can you
I don't
please
want you
remind
to
us of your
forget it
name
either.
and which items you would like to speak on?
Your
My
houseless
name is
neighbor.
Jessica Robinson.
He ain't my
and
fucking
I am
neighbor. No
speaking
drug
on
addict
items
neighbors
concerning
like that. My neighbors work hard for a living.
A report from the Civil
They go to work
Department.
every day.
My name is Jessica Robinson. I'm the director of the Women's Leadership Project and member of the Standing for Black Girls Coalition. Black women make up 4.3% of the population and yet account for 25 to 33% of all female violence victims in Los Angeles. The Civil Rights Department reported declining violence against other racial groups. However, violence against black women has
big country.
skyrocketed. I'm appalled that Councilmember Harris Dawson's office and Mayor Bass have not responded with a plan to readdress this urgent issue.
Oh, and she's a
Your
black
silence
female.
speaks volumes.
Guess she doesn't
Our
care.
demands include, but not are limited to, creating dedicated funding for targeted prevention education programming, mental health support, and spaces for black girls. Create youth teen centers in the city council districts heavily impacted by anti-black domestic and sexual violence, CD8, CD9, and CD10. The Women's Leadership Project is currently working in South Los Angeles, our community, and we're doing this work. We hold the city accountable for resources
others,
and
Betty.
funding to continue
Look at
our
the
work
ballot.
and to actually stand for black girls.
I find it funny that the
Thank you.
black mayor,
Next
black
speaker,
female mayor, won't even answer her calls about black females being mistreated. Doesn't even care. Go ahead and
Speaker,
deflect
can you
on that
please Tell
one.
us your name and which items you'd like to speak on.
Deflect on that
My
one.
name is Sharon Sakon. I'm speaking about the Historic Cultural Monument nomination of the Sikh Temple on Vermont. I'm asking for your support of this. The temple was founded in 1969 by Dr. Amarjit Singh Marwa and his wife Kuljit Kaur Marwa. And at its founding opening service, Mayor Tom Bradley was there. And to me, that kind of represents
Sure
the
there
rest
are,
of
Betty.
Los
They just don't ever
Angeles
get
in terms of
voted for.
inclusivity,
'Cause the morons
in terms of
like these people that
representative
spit in their
democracy,
face.
and in terms of the
They like the
promise
spit.
America has given to all of us.
Thank you.
And for that, I would ask you
Thank
to
you.
continue that legacy.
I'll
and
vote for you again
support
next
it.
year.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So yes,
Next
don't
speaker,
think there
please.
isn't any
As our next
opposition.
speaker
The
is
opposition
coming up, I'm
just
gonna
doesn't
call a
make
few
it
more
here.
names.
Because you have a
Tejpal
pile of
Singh,
morons who
Sikivu
vote for these people. And that's
Hutchinson,
why I have to laugh in
and
their face
Ann
when they
Job,
come
please.
crying with their handout
Speaker,
and
can you tell
their
us
hat
your name
out
and
for
which items
money.
you'd like to speak on, please?
It's great to
Hi,
watch.
My name is Duncan Sachdeva. I'm with Hollywood Sikh Temple. I serve as the Director of Public Affairs and Community Engagement. Good
Andrea,
morning,
thank you so much.
honorable members of the City Council. 2 months ago, the staff at Hollywood Sikh Temple early one day found a young Sikh man weeping on the steps of our house of worship. He had just been released from U.S. immigration detention, USCIS. He had on him only the clothes that he wore and a clear plastic bag with his immigration documents. He was not weeping outside out of sadness. They were the tears of joy of knowing that he was safe. He had found a Sikh house of worship and he knew that he was going to be fed, clothed, and taken care of, and he was able to call his family back home. He was in a sanctuary. This is the only one of hundreds of similar stories of people being helped by staff and members of our congregation. We seek your support in designating Hollywood Sikh Temple as a historic cultural monument. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
Yeah, I don't know if the people are outside. I don't hear them, Rick, but doesn't mean they aren't there.
Good morning.
Speaker, please tell us your name and which items you would like to speak on.
My name is Eknor Singh, and I'm going to speak on the Vermont Gurdwara to be declared as a cultural place in LA County. Okay, so good morning to all respected members of the council. The Hollywood Sikh Temple, also known as the Vermont Gurdwara, is a prominent religious landmark that has been the center of this community for more than 50 years. Classifying the temple as a historic landmark would not only benefit the Sikh community, but also help spread awareness about the Sikhs and their impact in Southern California. When I visit LA myself, which happens to be a couple times a month, we always try to make our way to this center of worship. And the energy and devotion found here truly shows how American Sikhs have truly contributed to the LA area. We regularly come on school field trips to places like the Griffith Observatory, Lockman, among others, which are great. But classifying this Gurdwara as a part of historical and cultural importance would further diversify LA's culture for generations to come. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
Who won the lotto? I don't know. Probably not me. I didn't check my ticket. I didn't have the big one.
Good morning. My name is Sakiba Hutchinson, and I'm making general public comment. I'm the founder of the Women's Leadership Project and a member of the South LA-based Standing for Black Girls Coalition. In June, our coalition held a press conference in front of CD8's office to address the Civil Rights Department's March document surging in violence against black women and girls in LA. Black women comprise 4.3% of the city's population, yet are 25 to 33% of all female violence victims, including rape and gun homicide. Since the release of this report, we have outreached to Councilmember Harris Dawson's office and Mayor Bass and received no response on the city's plan to redress these issues in collaboration with black women and girls who are directly affected. We're outraged by your silence and failure to be accountable to our communities, especially vis-a-vis the so-called participatory budgeting process, which has not been accessible to CBOs that serve black women and girls. Consequently, the coalition is calling for increased funding and support for prevention, mental health, and youth leadership initiatives for black women and girls across sexuality. These are especially urgent for CD8, which has few, if any, accessible youth centers for black girls and black LGBTQ+ youth. We're asking you to get up off your butts and act like this is urgent for the lives of black women and girls in LA. Thank you.
Thank you.
I did
Next
not,
speaker, please.
Mayor. I did not. Where are the fathers of these girls? Don't know.
Good
Speaker,
morning.
Speaker, please tell us your name and the items you would like to speak on.
My name is Tejpal Singh Benua, and I would like to speak on item 3.
People don't like to
designating
look at the
Vermont
root of
Gurdwara
problems
as
and
a
why
Los
the
Angeles
problems are
historical
happening.
cultural monument.
They want to look at the after effects.
Good morning,
why
honorable
this
members
person
of the
was
City Council.
arrested.
My name is Tejpal
This,
Singh
that,
Benua.
and the
I'm
other.
a Sikh and Asian American historian. Sikhs have been in the Los Angeles area for over 100 years, first coming as laborers in the early 1900s, but really settling down in the 1940s and really expanding in the post-1965 era with the Immigration Act. And it was in 1969 when Dr. Amarjit Singh Marwa purchased the property as first an investment property, but he was encouraged by his wife, Mrs. Kuljit Kaur Marwa, to establish the first Sikh American institution in Los Angeles. The establishment of Hollywood Sikh Temple,
Yes,
or Vermont
guy.
Gurdwara, what the
One.
community refers to it as, marked the establishment of a Sikh American religious, cultural, educational, political, and social hub of Sikhs in Los Angeles. It's a safe haven for Sikhs during the Sikh genocide in the 80s and 90s, the Iran crisis, and 9/11 when Sikh Americans were mistakenly targeted. I proudly support this designation and hope the City Council
Hi, Dominic.
understands and sees the significance of this site and also supports this designation.
No, Mr.
Thank
Sachs isn't there now. I mean, I don't.
Thank you.
Again, it doesn't mean he won't be on the phone. Doesn't mean he won't
Okay,
walk
I'm
in
gonna
late.
Again, call Ann Job and Tamori Cook, Wayne Spindler, and Tracy,
We
please.
got Wayne Spindler coming up.
My name is
morning.
Good morning. My name is Ann Job, and I'm from Sylmar. But I am very, very happy that Imelda Padilla is on the City Council. And so I just wanted to come and support her in that. My plan was to be here when she was sworn in, but that happened before I thought it was going to. I was going to be here yesterday, except I surely didn't want to take a seat of anybody who was a city service workers. So I stayed home and watched you on Channel 35. And besides Imelda Padilla, which is a great asset to this group, and I recognize some of you, but I don't recognize a lot of you. I just want to compliment you on yesterday's meeting. It's a master course in how city councils should behave.
Really?
I grew up in southern part of Georgia.
This is why
in a small town.
they stay alive.
I really appreciate
Idiots like
it
her.
when
She's a
it's
moron.
done like that. And the other thing is, the Sikhs, the fact that there's Sikhs here, we've just got to throw open our arms to everybody, and it seems to me that LA's doing that. Thank you.
Sit down, you
thank
idiot
you,
puppet
thank you.
moron Democrat.
Good to see you.
I want everybody. I want everything inclusive. I mean, I won't pay any money. I won't help them clean up their landmark or anything, but everything is perfect. We all should just have everybody.
Speaker, please tell us your name and which
Fucking
item you would like
moron.
to speak on.
She's an idiot.
Good
I'm
morning,
sorry.
Council.
I don't care.
My name is Tamari Cook, and I'm here to make general.
You guys are
public
just so awesome.
comment.
This is how things should be
I
ran.
work also with the Women's Leadership Project and the Standing for Black Girls Task Force. I'm also a concerned constituent who resides
No, I'm
in
not a
CD8,
Republican.
just a few blocks from
But
where
I'm not a
Mike
fucking
Fiona
scumocrat
Johnson was
either.
found dead in her car in 2020, and less than 3 miles from where 16-year-old Tiani Theus' body was discarded just a year later. According to a recent report on crime facing black women and girls in the city of Los Angeles by the Civil and Human Rights Department, these incidents are far from rare. In fact, the report highlights that although black women make up only 4% of LA's population, over the last decade, we've made up 23% of all domestic violence
one wing
victims,
works a little better
over
than the other,
22%
Baldo.
of
I
all female
disagree.
rape victims, 36% of all
disagree with
female
you there.
aggravated assault victims, and 33% of all female homicides in this city. It's frightening to be a black girl in the city of Angels. We are calling for Mayor Bass and this council to stand with us for black girls by increasing funding and visible support for trauma-informed, culturally specific prevention programs, and to make the funding processes more transparent and accessible to the community agencies already engaged in this work.
It's the same shit over and over.
Thank you very
We're all going to
much.
come in and tell you the same stat
Next speaker,
over and
please.
over and just, bleed our hearts out to you. While the black female mayor ain't even here, who don't give two shits about you.
So, which items do we get to speak on today? Yes. We want to speak on all the fucking items, but we don't know which fucking items are left.
That's items number 8, 9, and 14.
Thank
are
you,
available
Mask,
for
for
public
waking
comment.
up and doing your
See,
fucking
I
job.
told you. Unisys took away all your reap items. Ew! You owe me $5. Ew! All right. And then I'll take the general public comment later. And again, thank you, Mr. Goatherder, for starting my time early. Yes, I appreciate it. So, number 14. See, this is the problem. This city council doesn't know a goddamn thing that it's doing. What are qualified riggers, which I am, well, my friend here is a qualified rigger, versus a certified rigger? Yeah, that's right. Yes. So what you're doing in number 14 is anti-business, Pat McOscar, and of course Marchese, it's anti-business. And shame on Tracy Park for trying to support number 14 to tax businesses. See, as Paul Martin Krikorian knows, that when you go onto a studio, a qualified rigger is qualified by the employer. If you don't have one, you go and get a certified rigger. But under number 14, every rigger has to be certified or you don't get to work on these jobs. This is very anti-employer, and they don't like it. So please amend number 14, and I hope Mr. DeLion seconds my amendment to read the following. To require the use of certified riggers or qualified riggers per the employer. on these projects. And then that way, you will help businesses decide. Because after all, you don't want to get somebody who's a certified rigger and find out later they've been to the casino boozing it up the night before. You want to use the people that you trust. If you've been a rigger for 20 years, but you weren't bothered to be certified, you are qualified and probably a better rigger than a certified rigger. Thank you for that. No, thank you. And then we get to number 8. The reward for Demon Camper's murderer. Yes, as you know, snitches get what? Stitches. And 50,000 ain't gonna cut it. Make the reward 500 fucking thousand, and they'll be lining up outside the steps to tell you who the killer is. Do you want to find the killer, or do you want to pretend to find the killer? Yes, Hugo knows what we're talking about here. He's paying very close attention, and I think he agrees with me. And then number 9, a gift from CD2. The filthy Armenian pink-skinned dictator son of a bitch is going to give a map track to one of his friends. Let's give him a hand. Hey, there we go. And now we'll get to the general comment. Yes, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. But don't worry. That doesn't apply to Curran Price, no, because he's here today talking to staffers and city employees and engaging in city business while being on trial for what? Engaging in city business and city votes and city staff. So you have to admit with Curran, you have to admire his guts. Let's give him a hand. Oh, yeah.
He is back, yeah.
Yes, that's right. And, of course, we called Jacoby and Myers, and we got a message back. When I'm on trial as a city council member, should I be here in this building? Response, fuck no, who are you, and where is my pizza? So there you go, everybody, yes. And 15 council members here, not a single one of them has been indicted so far today. Good job. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. Next speaker, please. We have no more speakers? All right, that will close.
Man,
public
what is going
comment
on?
here
Have they
in
killed
council
us?
chambers. We'll go to the phones in a moment, but before we do, I understand, Councilmember Blumenfield, that you have an important presentation to make, and I'd like to invite you to come to the podium now for that purpose before we go to further public comment.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying with that old lady. The reason these people stay in power is because of these morons, just some
Councilmember
blind idiots,
Blumenfield has the
think
floor.
that everything they do is
Thank you so
fantastic
much.
and keep voting for them.
Uh,
and there's a lot more of those morons
I'm here
than
with
there are
someone
free
who's no
thinkers that
stranger
actually
to this
see what's
chamber.
going on.
Dr. Hillel Newman. He assumed the post of Consul General of Israel back in 2019, and sadly
The
for
Joker?
us,
Yeah.
he is moving on. He's
Joker.
going back to Israel, and I wanted to be here today to recognize him as the leader that he has been and is in this wonderful city. He's been a leader around the world. Prior to coming to Los Angeles, he had challenges working in Uzbekistan and Tajikistan. Nothing compared to what he has to deal with here in Los Angeles, Stan.
Yeah, it's worse. Exactly.
But he's done an amazing
Exactly.
job.
It's like
And
Afghanistan here.
we've
Exactly.
worked together on a
'Cause of
number
your
of
fucking
things.
schmuck
As
ass and
you
all the
all
rest
know,
of your
this city has
constituents,
an LA
all your
Israel,
co-workers, all the rest of you
task force,
clowns.
which is really an outgrowth
All
of
your everybody.
legislation I did when I was
blame
at
the
state level,
constituents. I
creating an
blame your
MOU between
coworkers. I blame you all.
California and Israel, and then
It wouldn't happen
creating,
without you.
This task force between the city of
Wouldn't.
Los Angeles and the city of Eilat, where we work on areas of mutual benefit. How can Los Angeles benefit by some of the technology and things that are happening in Israel, and how can Israel benefit by partnerships with Los Angeles? And
Pretty
it's
much.
creating a win-win. And he has been on the forefront of that on a number of different things. He's really focused on
Similar to
cultural
Chirac,
ties
yeah.
throughout
Why not?
Los Angeles with diverse groups. I think you just had the Fiesta
Just like
Shalom,
Chicago.
Event recently where they bring together Latino leaders and
I guess
Israeli leaders
Hi,
and
Liam.
Jewish leaders together. So I want to give a certificate to him for his amazing work and give him a few moments because he's been with us a number of times to say some parting words before he leaves his official post here in Los Angeles. So if I could turn over the mic to our Consul General, Dr. Newman.
Please, Consul General
I hear him.
Newman.
You hear the goat? You can hear the goat back there? I can hear him. He's
Thank you
goating
so
off.
much, President, council members. As I conclude my 4-year-long term here as the senior representative of the State of Israel to the Pacific Southwest, located in Los Angeles.
I guarantee you, no joke, if you gave me $20 million and allowed me the power to do what I wanted, I could fix this shit in a month. I'd fix homelessness in a month. I'd first off, day one, fire every single one of them. There's no need for any of them. Get rid of all of them. And any of the money that we had for that, I'm going to pull to the side and give right to the kids. So we can stop homelessness in the tracks with the kids. Where it should be, not with the crackhead motherfucker who gave up on life already. And we got to support him and be his mommy and his daddy. And then we're going to go around and start just rounding motherfuckers up. Either you're going to do something for your $800 a month that we give you or your $1,200 a month subsidy. You're going to get a broom and you're going to clean the side of the street. You're going to do something. And if you don't, then get the fuck out of here. I'm rounding you up like cattle and I'm throwing you out of the state. I assure you it would be done in masses. And I'd have all the advocates telling me I'm this, I'm that, and I don't give a fuck. I'd arrest them too. And what, bitch? I'll be at your house too to arrest you and your little kids. And what?
Heartfelt thanks to Mayor Karen Bass for her friendship with the State of Israel and with
Have
me
it fixed
personally.
quick. None of that bullshit.
Deep appreciation to the members of
Real
this
quick, and then I do an
distinguished
audit
Council.
day 4 to show you
I
how
was
much
deeply
they blew,
impressed by your
how much
genuine
money they
care
blew
for the people
that did
of Los
nothing.
Angeles. I know you face significant challenges.
Well,
and I
you're
commend
coming
you
at
for
me now.
assuming this responsibility and meeting these challenges.
Simple and easy.
I
This
know
shit
that
is
you
simple.
members of the council are all
Simple
dedicated
fix.
public servers.
Start
And I
having some
thank you for your
balls.
service.
You have some balls?
Dear elected
Tell those
officials
people
and
to fuck
friends,
off.
Israel is
Things
your
would change.
friend and ally.
You'd either just die.
Israel has no
Stop
better
feeding
ally
them.
than
They
the
die
United
off.
States of America, and the flip side of that is
The
also
crackhead's
true.
going to die off.
The United States of
He's gonna
America
stop
has no
stealing 'cause he's dead.
better
He can't
friend
eat
and ally
anymore.
than Israel.
Oh,
We
well.
have tried to translate
Or he
this
can get a
friendship
job
and
with
alliance
us,
to tangible
get his
benefits for the
$1,800
people
bucks
of
or
Los
$1,200 a
Angeles,
month
as Council
and go
Member
clean the sides of the
Bloomfield
streets or sides of the
During
freeway
my
or graffiti
tenure,
or
we
something.
implemented several projects
Clean up homeless
for the
encampments.
good of the people of
Really
Los
simple.
Angeles.
It's not hard.
Israel wants
It's
to
not
be a
hard.
light among the nations and
They want to make you think it's some hard fucking crazy mathematician fucking super science fucking problem that you need a Mensa member to figure out. No.
Sponsoring murals to beautify
Morons
the
can
walls of
figure this
schools
shit
and
out.
Federation buildings, toy drives for
This is a
hospitals,
grift, ladies and
the setting
gentlemen.
up
This is all-
of
these
test
people are
sites during the
grifters.
COVID era and more.
They'll keep it
But
going
let me
just for the
focus
money.
For one moment on the economic side of our activity. Many Israeli companies are active here in Los Angeles, and we encourage them to bring their innovation and
work for
business to
assistance.
this wonderful city.
Okay, not
It
sitting on your
provides
ass underneath a
employment opportunities
bridge
for
begging for
Angelinos.
change.
The most recent activity
Fuck
was
that.
bringing a water technology delegation from Israel to give advice in the field of water efficiency to the cities of West Hollywood, Beverly Hills, and Los Angeles.
West
In these
Hollywood and
chambers the
Beverly
halls
Hills
that
have their
surround
own
it, we have
water
accomplished
company,
much
Beverly Hills Water.
and shared in many milestones together.
They don't even use
With the help
DWP.
of Council Member Bob Blumenfield, we reconvened the task force for further implementation of the MOU between Israel and Los Angeles. In the context of that MOU, we brought the water technology delegation. Special appreciation to Council Member Bob Blumenfield and his entire team for co-chairing the steering committee of the MOU together with me, for your tireless efforts on behalf of the city and the relationship between Israel and Los Angeles.
I don't care if it's not
Special
PC.
recognition extended to John Popovich.
Yeah, I know,
Los
Alan.
Angeles and
They're
Israel share
grifters.
many characteristics.
The people that vote
Similar
for
weather
them,
conditions, shoreline
them,
communities,
they're
immigrant
beggars.
societies, similar challenges and opportunities. We are diverse societies. We are always looking to innovate and to grow. We take our issues seriously, from climate change to social change. We are figuring it out as we move along. And when Los Angeles and Israel
It's
work
true,
together,
Terry.
when we share
Even in
best
your town, I
practices,
bet.
we will
Bet
be
you it's
doing
happening
what
in
is
fucking
best
Phoenix,
for
too.
Los Angeles.
It ain't just here.
When we see the best in one another,
Bet you it's over there,
really
too.
we find and reach the best in ourselves.
And
Thank
I
you,
bet-
City Council.
and I bet you it ain't getting
Thank you,
any
Los
better in
Angeles, for your
Phoenix either.
partnership throughout
It's
these
only
last
getting
4
worse,
years.
I bet.
I look forward to welcoming you all in Israel very soon. Thank you.
That's what I'm saying, Mike. This is all these people are enablers. That's it. They enable it. They prop it up.
Thank you very much, Mr. Consul General.
Because they
I'd like
get
to
paid
call
on it. That's why.
Yaroslawski.
Then they cry your heart out to you. We need more money. It's not working. We need to throw more money at them. It's not working.
For bringing this today. I want to thank Consul General Newman for your 4 years of service, for your friendship and partnership.
Why would I go all the way? You got to remember, guys, I live an hour each way from this place with almost no traffic. So you figure an hour each way. Plus, I got to sit an hour to talk for 1 minute. So 3 hours of my time to talk for 1 minute or maximum 4 minutes. You know, a 3 minute on the agenda items and one off topic, general comment. I mean, man, 4 minutes of time for that? Like, you got to be kidding me. Are we ever going to get to the phone calls? Did we get to the phone calls? Did we just pass the phone calls?
I'm particularly grateful to you for your partnership on fighting anti-Semitism across the city and also particularly in my district. I've been fortunate to have such a great partner in you, and I want to wish you all the best in whatever comes next.
It's getting bad in your area?
Thank you so much.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. As you can see, it's fucking getting worse. It ain't getting better, right?
Thank you very much,
You have a
Council
dealer
President. I
and
also
a crack
want to
house
echo
on
the
my street.
remarks
Oh my
of,
God.
Councilman Yaroslawski, Councilmember Bob Blumenfield. Thank you very much for
crazy.
recognizing the state of Israel, but more specifically, Dr. Newman. Dr. Newman,
That's sad as
as our
fuck,
General
man.
Counsel for the past
People
4
pay
years,
good
I wanna
money
thank
for
you
their
very much
homes. They
for
got to
your
deal with that
steadfast
shit.
leadership, for your advocacy, for those who you represent. I know the first time when we had an opportunity to meet, we sat side by side together in
good
my
things,
district, in Bull Heights, which was once home to a large Ashkenazi Jewish community that
I did, Elvira.
were relegated specifically to the Bull Heights neighborhood because of the covenants that existed in the city of Los Angeles that prohibited Jews from living in other zip codes throughout the city of LA. Obviously, with the advancement of human and civil rights, that became a thing of the past. And we had our own diaspora of Ashkenazi Jews from Wall Heights to other parts of the city of Los Angeles as well. So from the bottom of my heart, I do want to thank you as well as your staff, all the efforts that you have made and previous council generals to bring the Jewish American and more importantly, or not more importantly, but in particular, the Israeli community closer to the Latino community. I, like many folks around the Horseshoe, have had the distinct honor to travel
Yeah,
to
it lowers the
Israel,
property value.
before.
Plus, when you go to
And there's so
sell
many
your
things that
home
we
right
can
now,
learn
do you
from
think
each other
people
in
aren't
the
going to
state
see
of
the
California, the state of
crack
Israel.
house on the block?
When you
They ain't
go
going to
Tel
want to
Aviv,
buy
you
your
see the
house.
reminders of the city of LA and
Or
vice
anybody
versa.
else's, for that
But
matter.
particularly the issue of
Who the hell
water,
wants
and
to
I
live
think
down the
issue
street
of
from a
climate
crack house?
change.
Nobody.
There's so much that we can
Unless you're a
learn,
crackhead and
from
they ain't buying
Israel,
any houses.
because the issue of water was the issue of survival. And without water, you don't survive. And the technology and the advancements in entrepreneurships that the entrepreneurs that were created in Israel, obviously we can export those ideas and vice versa as well too. So I wish you the very best in your future endeavors in Israel.
Hopefully it
and,
gets
Mr. Blumenfeld,
remedied,
once again,
Terry.
thank you very much for recognizing.
And I would think
our
about
Consul
selling
General.
at that point, just to kind of move to a better place.
Councilmember Lee.
Or move out and rent it.
You know what I mean? Wish you well and thank you for your 4 years.
If you
here in
can,
the
if
city
you
of
can
Los
afford
Angeles.
to. Use the money
But
to
really
rent
wanna,
something for you in a nicer
thank you
place.
for your friendship over the last couple of years. Your showing of support for the Asian American community as we were being scapegoated for the events of the last few years, something that unfortunately the Jewish community knows too much about. But
And you know what's funny is he's a Japanese man, doesn't care about the Japanese internment camps that his group started.
With us, and you participated with us, and I just really appreciate that friendship.
I don't know.
and hope
Actually, he
that,
might be Chinese. I think.
While you're leaving
gotta Google it.
the city of Los Angeles,
I think he's
that
Japanese, though.
when we, as a council or different members, visit Israel, that we can meet again. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your service, and God bless.
It's funny how they just wash over it.
Thank you. Thank
Like
you,
it never
Consul
happened.
General Newman. I think all of us value
We're not talking
the
about
friendship that
200
we've had,
years ago.
To each of us individually.
We're talking
in this
about in the
council.
50s.
We so appreciate all of your
Okay,
service
1950s.
as an extraordinary
Here, right here in
representative
this state.
of the state of Israel, a spokesperson for the state of Israel, and a liaison between Israel and this body and so many others in Los Angeles. So we very much value your service. We'll miss you on your departure. But
I mean,
also
Ron,
know
you
that
understand
you've left
why.
a
I mean,
substantial legacy
obviously
here,
the
and
bombing of Pearl Harbor is
so
what spurred the hatred.
Grateful that you
I mean, that's war, right?
Some of
I
the
mean, we
pragmatic
bombed Nagasaki
accomplishments,
and
that
Hiroshima,
you've been
right?
able to achieve working with Councilmember
So, I mean,
Blumenfield, working with others on this
I
council.
don't know how to look at it. It's just
deliver
a sad
really
situation all the way
pragmatic
around. So many
results
people
will
died that
have a
didn't need to
long-term
die.
benefit
Americans,
both
Japanese.
for Los Angeles and for Israel.
All for nothing,
So we're
really.
grateful to you for that. We wish you well on your next posting.
So it's a sad deal,
and
you
we'll
know?
miss you as you depart. So thank you very much for your service,
But
Mr. Blumenfield.
as crazy it might be, all it did was strengthen the Japanese resolve. They're already strong people, Japanese people. I'm sure you know them. They're strong. They're silent, strong people. They're not braggadocious about how strong they are. They're just strong. And if that didn't pull the people together and to rebuild and becomes even stronger,
All right.
I would say it really
thank
did.
You very
It
much.
brought
With
them
that,
together.
we will continue now with the public
Weird
comment
way.
portion of our meeting
Wish it
with
never happened.
callers who are on the phone. So if we can please take
Here we go.
our
Callers,
first caller.
guys. Here we go. First caller, finally. What do we got?
Caller, which item would you like to speak on?
All right, item 8 and general
Oh,
comments.
over or under?
You have 1 minute for each.
All right, so item 8 is reward money for snitches, and CD. But yeah, you know, we're apparently trying to get all the people, all the civilians, but meanwhile, you're not doing anything to, you know, try to go after the cops who kill people. You know, how many people are already dead this year because of the LAPD? And you know, you never give reward money for, you know, any information related to, you know, if you see the cops shooting and killing someone, but we're giving reward money for snitches so that you can, you know, just continue the, you know, same carceral system, and you know, no one's getting safer. You know, it's just, you know, it's just enriching donor friends and, you know, perpetuating a system that's terrible and needs to go. All right, general comment. So I see Curran Price is there again. Did Curran recuse himself from every item that he's supposed to recuse himself from today? Or is he continuing to fail to recuse himself from items? And then he'll get in more trouble. Kevin needs to go, you know, and Paul needs to go. Like most of the council needs to go. I guess if all of you had to resign, you know, we wouldn't even have a quorum. So let's at least get rid of Kevin. So at least get rid of the worst one. Kevin needs to go. He should have resigned a long time ago. I guess we scared away Jonathan Grote, the city attorney that was there for a while. There seems to be a new one today. I'm not sure what your name is. But yeah, fuck the city council, and let's get rid of KDL.
Oh man, just
Next
over
caller,
by
please.
one.
Caller, which item
No,
would you like
thank
to
you.
speak on?
No, thank you. Like he wanted to thank you. Ah.
There's a lot of work ahead for the city council to build back the trust of Angelinos. But the unwillingness of Kevin De Leon to resign is a slap in the face of presidents. We deserve to move on. Kevin De Leon is a racist. What we need is a resignation. Paul Krikorian is friends with racists. Kevin resign. Kevin resign. Kevin De Leon is a racist. Nitya Raman, you're not helping. Paul Krikorian is friends with racists. Kevin resign. Kevin resign.
With a cat.
Thank you. Next caller, please.
Caller, which item would you like to speak on?
Ah, it was Scaby Perry.
Caller with the last 4 digits, 8130. Please press *6 to unmute.
Good old Scaby Carey. Or look at that, guys. Look, they're all getting ready for the pick. Boy, get in the pig,
Again,
Billy.
press *6 to unmute, please.
Bikers.
Next caller. Next caller, which items would you like to speak on?
Look at all of them. Holy shit. Live in Sturgis.
Go ahead, caller.
Eric Previn.
Eric Previn.
From Studio City, and I'd like to speak on the available items as well as general public comment.
That's items number 8,
Electric
9,
scooter gonna
and
die.
14. Have 3 minutes. 1 minute for general public comment.
Okay, so 8, 9, and 14. Thank you. Well, first of all, that was very nice recognition for the folks from Israel, and I'll get to that in my general public comment. But I wanted to circle back on Iman Jamal Camper and what happened to him. What a nightmare. Here's a guy who came home in July of 2022, parked his vehicle, and was assaulted by the driver's side by a suspect who fired multiple shots at the individual. And, of course, he was killed. It's very upsetting, but now I think the city is trying to induce people to come forward for information leading to the identification, apprehension, and conviction of the person or persons responsible for the death of Eric Brown, which is confusing because I thought it was Jamal Camper, so this must be another typo from the CLA. Now, this one is one that must be accidental, or maybe it was the office of the... It doesn't really matter. It's just a little disrespectful and upsetting when such a terrible thing... Now, Eric Brown, coincidentally, is the name of the young man, also, I believe, in McCosker's district, or Long Beach, maybe it was, which was just an absolute heartbreaker. He only had a $25,000 reward put up. He was a kid. But this guy's got $50,000 because we play big up in City Hall, like with the salaries and like with the lies, and like with Paul Krikorian pretending that it's perfectly appropriate to not have any call-in speakers at committee meetings that then put items on a council agenda that are already exhausted for comment.
Speaker, which item are you speaking on?
I'm speaking about Jonathan Groth, the city attorney, but I'm getting back to number 9 and 14 because I want to stay on point, and I appreciate your recognition. This has been a beautiful day for the city because we've had so many nice recognitions as the council are milling around ignoring the public. I think it really means a lot. And I think it also means a lot that before 9 a.m., the secret EERC got together, and I asked...
Mr. Previn, speak to the agenda, or you'll move on to general public comment.
Well, okay, I'll try to get through my points about the agenda. I think there's a lot of lean, and I think REAP. REAP is a good one. I noticed some of the council members have been putting those out a couple weeks. That means...
That's not one of the items that's available for public comment. 8, 9, and 14 are available for public comment. Last warning, or you'll move to general public comment.
He's pissed
I'll take a last warning. Let me look at them. I have to open my document to get it because I was on those items. It is a REAP item, I thought. Let me see. 8, 9. Oh, I see, because you continued them. You can't speak on them. Fair enough. Okay, 9. 9 is available. That's in your district, sir. That's a track map. Fair enough. I don't want to waste the public's time if you're going to be a stickler suddenly. You let people go on and on and on, and now suddenly Mr. Previn comes up with some points.
You're in your general public comment time.
What about the rigor? The riggers. I thought that was a good point. The qualified and certified riggers. I'll talk about that for 5 seconds before I get to my general. When does my general begin?
It's already started.
You're in it.
I'm in it now? Okay. I thought it was totally inappropriate to interrupt public comment with a lovely recognition for Hello Newman. Totally inappropriate to do that, Councilmember Krikorian, and disgusting, frankly. The public are here for a purpose, which is to participate in these meetings and to filibuster them and block what was a very good point made by, believe it or not, Mr. Spindler, who is a astute observer of your antics. And it is, in fact, an unfair to the businesses idea to go for certified riggers as opposed to the guy you've been working with for 15, 20 years, thereby increasing the cost of the business. You, sir, ought to step down and let somebody who cares about the people as opposed to maneuvering in bureaucratic prevarication over and over again. You're a master at your game. Have a week.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Yeah, he's a certified attorney. You know, he's bar certified.
Speaker, which items would you like
That's
to
why he's
speak
so
on?
well spoken. Kat, it's great to see you. Good morning.
Call-in speaker, call-in user 1, please.
They're
press
both
star
attorneys.
6 to
Mr.
unmute.
Spindler, Wayne Spindler, and Eric Previn are both attorneys.
Resign for calling.
No, Mr. Spindler will not get another opportunity to speak. Next caller, please. Cut him off and move to the next caller.
He called in again.
Speaker, which item would you
He
like
will
to
not
speak
get
on?
to speak again. Dang, the goat always gives him away. He needs to stop doing the goat right off the jump. No, Mr. Spindler, you're not speaking again.
Caller, we can barely hear you. I heard you say general public comment.
He went
but you
outside,
need to
called in on his phone. It's
Speak
hysterical.
into the mic. Yes, go right ahead. 1 minute.
Did you hear me?
He is a legend.
Yes, we can
bro.
hear you now. Go right ahead.
Straight trolling hard for
The United
years.
American Indian. I am speaking to the general public comment and to the community at large.
You hear what
the
she
United
said?
American Indian involvement is a corrupt agency and focuses on powwows instead of working on long-term housing for the tribal community. You don't have to be a tribal member to be enrolled tribal member to work there, but you do have to be a tribal member to get any assistance because that's how they fund their money. They say that they're going to help, but they haven't. I was arrested and sexually assaulted at a protest yesterday by the training. He was a training officer from the Rampart, historic, convicted for wrongdoing, false evidence, brutality. By the crash, elite continues to thrive at the Rampart station. I'm not supposed to feel the police officer's pants zipper while he's arresting me. The training officer pressed his zipper pants up against my buttock and strained my elbow during the arrest. I am 65 years old.
Thank you.
Thank you. We
I'm
don't
so
care.
sorry your time has expired. Next speaker.
And really quickly, I just
Which
want to make a
items would you
note
like
really
to speak
quickly.
on?
Okay? She identifies as an American Indian. Stop calling them Native Americans. They don't like it. They don't like being called Native American. That's what you like to call them, and that's what you think you should call them, but that's not what you should call them. They are American Indians. Okay? Or call them by their tribe. The Sioux, the Navajo, whatever tribe they are. Okay? Enough of this liberal bullshit.
Speaker with the
They're
last four
Native
digits,
Americans.
601,
Why don't they
please
call
press
them
star
Native
6 to
American
unmute.
casinos? Why are they called Indian casinos? I don't know why. I can't really tell you, but, in our liberal teachings, we'll find out by next year.
Speaker, which items would you like to speak on?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you. Which items would you like to
Could be
speak
just
on?
American too, Jeff.
General comment, please.
They're bringing the Redskins. They're trying to petition
If
to
you're
bring the
listening
Redskin
on
name
another
back.
device, you need to turn the device down. If you could please speak
We've got like
directly into the
26,000
microphone, we can
signatures
hear you,
already to bring the
but
Redskins
not
name back.
That clearly.
Get rid of the Commanders
Which items
already.
would you like to speak on?
General comment, please.
Okay, you'll have 1 minute. Go right ahead.
I mean, why do you call them the Braves? Because they were brave. They were tough. They were strong.
He has facing
You name a team after things that are
allocating and turning funds
historic and
contracts with LA City.
gigantic. Not little
We are
meek
seeing
things.
similar situations, and I am not sure when folks in this council will have their turn. From giving ahead on developers and investors, such as the Warner Project 2035, where 80,000 folks are coming in with 21,000 apartments coming in a
Bob.
1.5 mile radius, with zero infrastructure put in place. No library, no police, no fire department, no United States Postal Service, but 21,000 apartments coming in a 1.5 mile radius. How did we get here? I don't know. But you all do. And that is enough. We have an apartment here on 2 apartments on Topanga Canyon, 403 square feet at $2,300
Look at him.
a month.
Doesn't even
It is
care.
not a housing problem.
Just eating.
It is an affordable.
This ain't
housing
lunchtime,
problem.
bro.
Thank you.
Bro,
I'm afraid your
lunchtime's in
time's
an
expired.
hour.
Next speaker,
You
please.
can't wait another fucking hour.
Speaker, which items would you like to speak on?
Jesus Christ, dude. These people are too much. Look at that asshole over there, just sitting there on
good
his
morning.
phone. Look at him.
Which
Looking
items
down
would you
on
like
his
to
phone.
speak on?
Whole time. Look at him over there.
The reward and public comment and
Useless.
Again, tell you I was denied public comment yesterday, even after 3 hours of wait. So today,
3 hours.
The reward system and then also public comment.
See? Waited 3 hours.
Go right
and
ahead.
hung
You'll
up
have
on
1 minute on the agenda item and 1 minute for general public comment.
See? They had more callers
Thank you,
yesterday.
sir. It's funny that when you help find a murderer and you relieve the pain of a family, you're called a snitch. You're called a snitch. Now, you know what? Then if I ever see a crime and I can identify the criminal, I'm going to snitch. Now, even if someone was to hurt Donald Trump Jr., who comes in and all he does is bash the police, I would snitch to make sure that whoever hurt him was caught, prosecuted, and went to jail. Last thing I ever want to see is anybody going to jail.
Yeah, the Black Guns Matter shirt.
Someone, you deserve to be in jail. Now, can I go on to public comment?
Yes, go right ahead.
That is Sturgis.
Yesterday, I tried to get him to support city workers, and what I wanted to tell them is walk in there with your head high. You deserve what you're asking for. The council should treat you with respect and deal with you with dignity. But I would then ask the city workers to give it back to us, the residents of this great city, and serve us even better than you have in the past. You deserve the raise. But you know what? You guys take a lot of breaks. Let's cut back on the breaks. You can do, I mean, we've seen it over and over again. Every time there's a crisis, city workers come through. So I'm asking the city council to treat them with dignity, and let's get this resolved, because whether you're a police officer or anybody else that works for the city, you're trying to serve this city, and if you are, then I support you.
No, they still haven't picked up my trash. That's what he's talking about.
Thank you. Next caller, please.
They were supposed to pick it up yesterday.
Speaker, which items
They
would you like to
definitely
speak
would
on?
have been here by 11 o'clock today. That's the
Call in user 2, please press
I forget what they
*6
call it.
on
It's like Bike Week, but in Sturgis. But there's a name for it. I forget. Besides Bike Week, Thunder something or other.
Again, please *6 to unmute.
It happens every year. Look at the big sign. The big Jesus sign, like, hey, if you ride Harleys, you're going to die. You're going to hell.
Next caller. which
God
item would you like to
hates
speak on?
Harleys. Got those idiots in front of, like, fucking the Rams
General
game.
public comment.
You have
General
1 minute.
public comment, please. Hi. Hello?
Rolling
Go right
Thunder?
ahead.
Maybe that's
We
what
can
it
hear
is.
you.
Rolling Thunder.
General public comment. You have
I knew
1
it was
minute.
Thunder something.
Last week we talked about Batman. I would like to speak on Robin. We need reparations for Robin. He was a 16-year-old twink just following his daddy's orders. Second, my name is Lobster. I would like to be reinstated from Damon and Smoking Scan, who taught me about how government is full of shit. I can't believe I'm 65 years old, retired, and always believe in government. Third, I would like to say, hey, hey, Bollinger, the way you move, you make me sweat, you make me groove. Thank you.
Anyone tell me what Lobster's name is? Like, because I know his
which
screen
item
name.
would you
I
like to
looked for the
speak on?
screen name to put him back on, but it doesn't say Lobster. Okay, and I was trying to look for it the other day, and I could not find it.
Definitely. Kevin back on the
Spindler
committee.
Next speaker.
Spindler again. Cut him off. Next speaker, please.
He's a legend, bro. There you go. Look at the chicks where I was sitting.
All right, we've taken all callers here in the council.
Oh, fuck
we've
off.
Taken all callers and all speakers here in the
Fuck
council.
off.
Public comment is now closed on all agenda items. General public comment is closed. Madam Clerk, what is the next item before us?
Mr. President,
That's
council
bullshit.
may now vote on items 8, 9, and 14, sir.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Kent. He should just do
All right,
that.
those
I don't know,
items
he
are now
doesn't- a lot of
before
people
us.
don't
Do
like
any
to do
members wish to be heard on any of those items? Seeing none, let's go ahead and open the roll, close the roll, and tabulate.
Yeah, he's
the
on
votes.
YouTube, BJ.
15 ayes.
So I go back into the
Thank you.
YouTube like band list,
Next
and I don't
item
see him
before
on
us.
the band list. It's weird.
There's item number 5.
All right, that was a motion made by Councilmember Rodriguez earlier with regard to the recommendations. Do any members wish to be heard on that item?
And what's
Seeing
weird is
none,
like when
let's
you
go ahead
ban
and open the
somebody,
roll.
it's not like a list where, okay, if I ban
Close
you
the
right
roll
now,
and
you'll be
tabulate
right
the
at the
votes.
bottom or the top. Doesn't do that.
15
It's
ayes.
not alphabetical. It just spits you
Thank
into
you.
this
Next item
huge
before
lot
us.
of names. You got to
Oh,
search
Council,
through
I'm
all
sorry,
of them.
Councilmember Rodriguez, did you want to
It's
be heard
annoying.
on item 5?
No, I just wanted to send that forthwith, please.
Oh, without objection, that'll be the
I want to go forthwith.
That'll bring us to item number 6.
Good morning, Lisa.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Okay, and that item is now before us. Do any
Well, at
members
least it's
wish to
morning
be
here
heard?
still. It's 11 o'clock. 11 a.m.
Seeing none, let's go ahead and open the roll, close the roll, and tabulate the votes.
All
15
yeses.
Thank you. That will bring us next to item number 3, Madam Clerk.
Yes, 3 and 7 was called special for Councilmember Rahman.
Sweet
okay,
mask.
Can we take those items up together, or should they be considered separately? Okay,
It's
let's
not
go ahead and take those
alphabetical
separately. Item number 3 first, Councilmember
What I
Rahman.
just said.
Great. Well, thank you so much. I wanted to welcome many members from the Sikh
I
community.
mean, I
who
know
are
I'm
here
of
today in the
low IQ,
audience,
Dominic, but I'm not that dumb.
And just wanted to recognize them for coming. Today, I'm proud to bring before council a motion to officially designate the Hollywood Sikh Temple as a historic cultural monument. Located in Los Feliz, this temple was the first to open in the U.S. since India's independence in 1947. After the building was donated by Dr. Amarjit Singh Marwa, the first president of the Cultural Heritage Commission. Established in 1969, this temple honored the 500th anniversary of the religion's founder, Guru Nanak, hosting a celebration which, as some of the commenters mentioned, was attended by then Councilmember Tom Bradley. Guru Nanak preached the principles of interfaith respect, dialogue, and harmony, and the Hollywood Sikh Temple continues this tradition, welcoming individuals of all spiritual backgrounds, including those that do not profess any faith. And I don't know if any of you know, but any person who walks into a temple, just like the story that Mr. Sachdev shared about the person released from immigration services who found themselves on the steps of this temple, anybody is welcomed. So if you happen to be in Los Feliz and walking by this big, beautiful white building, go inside. This community will greet you. They will welcome you in. And they will feed you
Almost beard game
a
is strong.
home-cooked meal, one of the most delicious meals, Indian meals that you can have in Los Angeles. So I really want to underscore that spirit of welcoming is very, very real. It is very, very much practiced at this temple, and my family and I have experienced their hospitality multiple times over the past few years. And I encourage and welcome all of you to experience it as well. The word Sikh means seeker of truth. And to me, there is no more evidence than at the Hollywood Sikh Temple, where the temple has really dedicated itself to selfless service and to community support. In a city that values its rich cultural diversity and wants to protect our vibrant history, this temple has and continues to champion the values that we hold dear, those of service, compassion, community, and inclusivity. And I encourage all of you to vote aye on this item and thank the members of this community who've come out here today to support this item.
Thank you, Councilmember Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. President. Ms. Rahman, I just wanted to join you in thanking and acknowledging you all for being here today. But what a special and important thing to recognize in terms of the contributions that the Sikh community has continued to make. I'm really fortunate. I have a Sikh Gurdwara in my district in Pacoima, Khalsa Care Foundation, which has been instrumental in helping to close the food insecurity gaps of many in our community. I'm so proud to be partnered with Khalsa Care in actually helping to address during the pandemic the food insecurity and food needs of so many throughout Los Angeles as a result of the partnership that with resources that I secured from emergency relief. Khalsa Care was making food for everybody to distribute, those that were unable to actually physically get anywhere because of their physical disabilities. We partnered to help meet those needs together as Angelenos, as One Los Angeles. So I just want to thank you for making the time to be here today, but for all of the contributions you make to helping to be so inclusive and welcoming for Angelenos, irrespective of their backgrounds. It's really wonderful to have you be recognized and have the temple and its work that you all embody be celebrated in this designation. So I just wanted to personally thank you, and of course, because I've got my own partnership in my community, but you are partners throughout the city of Los Angeles, and I just wanted to say thank you so much on this well-deserved recognition.
Thank you, Mr. De Leon.
Thank you very much, Mr. Council President. I want to rise to recognize and thank Ms. Rahman for this very important recognition. The diaspora from the the Punjab region from northern India, 30 to 35 million worldwide, with the vast majority of outside of the Punjab region being here in the United States, and more specifically in California, but especially up in Northern California.
Cat
I
Harvey.
want to echo the comments of Ms. Rodriguez and Ms. Rahman because my experience with the Sikh community has been incredible.
Thank you,
very
Cat.
giving.
That's
community.
amazing.
A community that opens
Appreciate
the
you,
doors of
Cat.
its Gurdwara to all
Happy
individuals,
Hump Day to
regardless
you
of
as
who
well.
you are and regardless of where you come from. A community of great service
You
where
rock.
they feed everybody and they ask no questions. And that is incredible. I've had the honor to be in many Gurdwaras, not yours
And not
in
for just
particular,
that
in
one,
Los Feliz,
all
but
of the ones
one
you
I'm
always
very
send, Kat. I
close to
appreciate you.
particular in the Northern California area.
He is,
where,
Cordy. He's a suck up.
I've gone to service in the Gurdwara where they live streamed it to the Punjab region as well at that time. And I just want to say that you're an incredible community, incredible Sikh community.
He does
incredible
look like Richard Ramirez a
California,
little bit.
American Angelino community. And as underscored by Ms. Rahman as well too, during moments of great difficulty and turmoil in the United States, especially when it comes to our economy, and folks seek scapegoats, or there's conflict, globally in other parts of the world, because you wear turbans, and folks' lack of understanding, lack of education, perhaps their own ignorance, seek some type of retribution, hostility, discrimination, the violence that has been perpetuated against the Sikh community, which is real, that has happened throughout our country. We just stand, I thank you for your resilience as a community. And many folks don't know that I believe that the first Asian American member of Congress, at least for California, was actually Sikh member of the community. Not Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Taiwanese, Filipino, but actually it was from someone who had the roots from the Punjab region up in northern India. So congratulations on the historical cultural monument of the Gurdwara here in Los Feliz. Ms. Rahman, thank you very much for uplifting them and recognizing them as they're so well deserved.
He didn't
Thank you very
iron
much.
his shirt, no tie. The collar should be
Thank
out.
you so much, and thank you, Ms. Rahman.
He was
Seeing no
doing
other
coke
speakers
all
on the
night.
queue, we'll open the roll on this item.
It was up doing coke all
Close
night.
the roll. Tabulate
Banging
the vote.
Hookers.
15 ayes.
All right, that measure carries. Congratulations, everybody.
Stumbled in the morning.
What's next?
Next, sir, is item number 7. That was called special by Councilmember Rahman.
Councilmember Rowan.
I wanted to just speak on this.
They can't get her
item
name
because
right. It's
Councilmember
Rahman
Bonin
or
felt very
Rahman. It's
strongly
Rahman.
About putting this forward after the tapes were leaked last
But everyone
October.
calls her Rahman.
Councilmember Harris Dawson, you and I were able to work with his office and
She must hate it.
and put this motion forward. I
Demo
think this
Day.
motion in particular recognizes the central role that land plays in reversing decades of
Count the money.
displacement and segregation.
Demo
And
Day.
it builds on work that is now being done across the West Coast. The city of Eureka has turned over land that it owned on Tuluwat Island, where there was a deadly massacre of indigenous residents in 1860. Oakland is now planning to return 5 acres of Joaquin Miller Park to indigenous stewardship. And so this motion really builds on the work that's being done across California and across the country, and directs city departments to identify mechanisms to return surplus and underutilized public lands to indigenous communities for their use and benefit. And I'm really excited to work on this land inventory, not just for this effort, but also for all of the other efforts that we're working on across the entire council on how to better utilize all of the land that's owned by the city, by its proprietary departments, and by our partners. And I think this effort can be one of many linked efforts where we maximize the use of really our most valuable resource, the land that we sit on, and ensure that it is being used for the purposes of lifting up our people. So thank you all.
Thank you so much, Ms. Rahman. Seeing no other speakers on the queue, we'll open the roll on this item. Close the roll. Tabulate the vote.
Oh, yes.
15 ayes.
What a shocker.
All right.
Scratching each other's backs
what's next?
again.
Mr. President, there are motions for posting and referral.
They're posted and referred.
The desk is clear, sir.
Excellent. Any announcements, members? Members of the council, any announcements? All right. Seeing none, I'll ask that everyone in the chamber rise for adjourning motions.
1 hour and 4 minutes, and they're
Adjourning
in and out of here.
motions to my right.
So when they tell you we listened to
Any
a whole
adjourning
hour
motions
of
to the
public
left?
comment,
All right. Seeing none, we adjourn.
No way.
Thank you so much.
an hour and 4 minutes to do all the voting, their presentation for two different folks, the Jewish folks and the Sikh Temple. Okay? That's how they do you. In and out in an hour, home boys and girls. Boy, they don't do shit no more. I swear to God, these motherfuckers, they went on break and all had a big talk and said, hey, when we come back, we ain't doing shit no more. We're going to give them an hour. They're going to like it. And if they don't, fuck off. And that's really, I think, what's happening, ladies and gentlemen. Like, yeah, done by lunch. Them motherfuckers are over there already eating. You seen him stuffing his face? He was already eating. He wasn't waiting for lunch. And he's the racist guy. He's the one that should probably be paying the most attention, isn't he? I mean, you'd figure he'd be the one, like, watching his P's and Q's. I would think. Let's go to the Elbow Room Bar. Oh, man. This guy ain't packing them in either. Is this fucking John Matthews? Dave Matthews' brother? She doesn't look too impressed. She got the resting bitch face right now. Let me hurry up and get this beer done and out of here. Sheriff patrol car ends up wedged between power pole and Artesia home after a crash. One hospitalized. Breaking news right now. So I say, Sheriff, I thought, oh boy, they're chasing. We got to chase. But of course not. Of course not. Yeah, another bullshit day at the office. I can't believe it, man. It's getting really bad. Like, guys, we're gonna have to pray for another federal indictment of something or another leak tape to come out, so that way we can get some action going on, because this is getting ridiculous. I mean, normally they're done by 1. It's 11:16. It's crazy. It's fucking wild. It's fucking wild, man. What's up, Dingo? Bingo, Dingo. I'm telling you, I would change shit right away. Kat, thank you again for the huge donut. I appreciate you. You know, it's a sad deal. You know, and there's never enough votes for any opposition here. There's opposition on the ballot. There absolutely is. But you got to remember, you're in such a state that's so swung one way, not the other, that those people never win. I shouldn't say never, because the last one was what? Was Schwarzenegger. You know, Arnold was not from their side. And Arnold won. I mean, he won as a governor, not as a mayor, but you know what I'm saying. So it does happen sometimes. But I mean, God, I can't remember when Arnold was governor. I was like, I don't want to, 15 years ago, maybe. I'd say about that, 15 years ago, something like that. Been a long time. 01, you think? See, it's even longer then. 04, so you guys are even, yeah, I'm thinking it's about 15. You guys think it's even a little further. So that's what I'm trying to say. So it does happen occasionally, but we're talking once in every 20-year thing. And maybe it'll swing this year. Maybe people are finally tired of, people in San Francisco are tired of it. The people in LA are tired of seeing what's going on and seeing that there's actually no help in sight. And it's only getting worse.
20 minutes ago. It's code Q incident 1527 or 1239.
Yeah, Gray Davis too. I mean, so I'm saying there's been a couple.
705, I know entry paid to location.
I think Reagan was a governor too before he was president, wasn't he?
Code 3 incident 1835 or 12.
And Reagan was both. Reagan was a Democrat first and then became a Republican.
Unit 455, Tackle and Lily at the Reseda Methodist Church at the food bank. Traditional code
Oh, I'm not holding my breath. But I'm just trying to say, people that don't know come into the room and ask me all the time, well, why is it that way all the time? And they don't understand why it is that way. So I'm explaining it to them. and that's just the way it works. It's just corruption. And then these too many puppets who don't give a shit and just vote that way. And I'm guessing that their lives aren't affected by these homeless encampments and all the other bullshit. But I know their lives are affected by the overwhelming taxation. Yet they still vote for them, and I could tell you it really does come down to stupidity, because a few years back they had a gas tax here, and I get it. Like I tell you all the time when they put up these motions or things, they're always trying to, or a bill, so to speak, they're going to say, well, yes is no and no is yes. If you vote no, it means yes and yes means no, to confuse people. And people actually voted, and it passed, to raise their own gas tax. So they thought, okay, well, my tax is not high enough on gas, so I need to raise it some more. I mean, who would do that? Who in their right mind, poor, rich, middle class, who in their right mind says, you know what, I'm not paying enough tax and I just want to pay some more? Like, nobody would do that in their right mind. And that's what I mean. They can't even read the ballot, the measure on the ballot. So the measure confused them so much that they voted the wrong way. They voted to literally tax themselves. That's what I mean by stupidity. And the few...
Hollywood unit, criminal threat suspect 1509, Wilcox, apartment 223. Suspect is a neighbor, male, black, 20s, code 2, incident 1855, 4646.
Just a...
Weapon used Wednesday, code 2, incident 1847, ID 1364.
It's really just a sad deal, and that's why things won't change. And they love those dummies because they live off the dummies. Don't worry about it. We're going to tell you how we're going to spend your money.
2015 Long Beach Avenue, code 10-185-61337.
Just going to blow your money on nothing. Jesus, it won't shut the fuck up for 1 minute.
1143 West 52nd.
Fucking Wednesday. 11.
Wearing a black face mask, blue shirt, swinging machete at trees and bushes. Go to incident 1857 retails rough.
Yeah, just your homeless neighbor with a machete. So yeah, I mean, it's just a long list of bullshit, and people always vote the same way, and they vote to harm their own selves. Whether they're just out of stupidity because they don't understand the measure, or because they're just dumb. and they enjoy taxing themselves and getting zero for it. So I don't know what to say. He was, right, Devil? Yeah, that's what I thought.
All units code 4, 7100 Haskell Avenue, Suspect custody.
Yeah, it's a sad deal here, man, and I love my state. Born and raised here. And it's sad to see the decay of it. And it's sad to see people just, you talk to them about it on the street, and the first thing they do is deflect to something else or somebody else or some other side. They can never take ownership of who they voted for and what those people are doing. Never. There's zero ownership. They're just spineless. And I can't stand them. I can't hang out with those people. They literally make my stomach ill. So it's that way. And trust me, if I didn't have my mom, I'd be out of this motherfucker. I really would. I'd be out of here. There's no other reason to stay here. Figure out how to possibly do the show from some other place. If not, then Smoking Scan's done, I guess. I don't know. But my health and well-being is definitely worth more than everything else. So it is what it is. Car chase. Oh no. Yeah, unhoused neighbor. My neighbors are all housed on. They all have houses, jobs, get up and work in the morning. They're not lazy, drug addict fucks, vultures.
In the rear alley of the brown, green, and white building, suspect is a male white
You'd miss
with a
me?
black shirt, black pants, attempting to break into a
No, you
pickup
wouldn't.
truck with a screwdriver and a long piece of copper. Code incident 1862 or 971.
You wouldn't miss me, maybe for like 2
Clover
days.
Unit, Vandalism Investigation 560 Southwestern Avenue at Peck Park Pool. Code 2 incident 1867 or 8551.
So that's it, It's happening in every state. Well, look, not as bad in most states, because a lot of states they do their best to contain it, or they're doing their best to curb it. So yeah, Definitely not as bad in most states. Trust me, not as bad as it is here. And I'm not even talking about just the homelessness. I'm talking about just the overall taxation. If you look at property taxes, income taxes, just general state tax, sales tax, it's through the roof here. So if I went to go buy a car or a can of Pepsi or anything else in any other state, it'd be less. But fuck it, my gas would be half the cost if I moved anywhere else. Okay? Just for gasoline. Okay, so if I moved just over 3.5, 4 hours to Las Vegas, right, to Nevada. If I moved into Nevada, okay, I'd have 0 income tax as opposed to a huge income, the highest in the nation here. The gas prices are cheaper, but not a whole lot. It's like $1 less a gallon or something. But still cheaper. It's just so much more to it. And you're at least still close to California if you wanted to. Move to Montana? No. Look, I don't want to move. Look, the thing I'd say about at least moving to Vegas is...
Any Arbor unit, possible GTA suspect there now. Vermont and Pacific Coast Highway, Kaiser Permanente, third floor parking structure. See the PR, female Hispanic, wearing a blue card. You will direct to suspect. Female under 30 or 40 years, wearing a white shirt. Sitting inside of PR's vehicle, silver Kia Sorrento, license plate 7 Frank Paul 200. 7 Frank Paul 200, code 20187380503.
If I move to Montana or any... Jesus, fuck.
Full Street is 14, woman, La Cienega and Beverly, La Cienega and Beverly. The subject is walking...
It's not a crime wave, Damon. How do you put that?
East of La Cienega. In the median, subject a female white with sunglasses, green, blue, and white striped shirt and blue jeans. Code 3 and 1872 or D711.
If I went to any other state, okay, I don't know anybody else in Montana and Nebraska. And I know a few people in some states like Texas, but it's huge. So if I went to Vegas, I know some people there. That's 1. 2, I've lived in Vegas. 3, still close to LA. 4, I don't know one state that more of my friends go to, or one city in a state that more of my friends go to than Nevada, Las Vegas. Or Las Vegas, Nevada, I should say. Okay? All my friends go there once a year for some reason or another, just to relax. They don't go to Nebraska once a year. They don't go to Texas once a year. They don't go to New York once a year. They don't. They don't go to Ohio once a year. They go to Vegas once a year.
Again, that's 21, 857,
if not more.
80W suspect there now. Heart and Owens Mouth.
Yeah, girl.
Pull
it down.
Black,
the big titties.
Pointing a gun. Scope 3 and 1 at 1. Christian 1881 RD 2140.
She got the Louis Vuitton top. Look, I like the top. She just straight pulled that down. Let me show you my titties are starting to sweat a little. Yeah. I like her top, though. I like that bikini top. She got the Louis. The Louis. Wonder if the bottoms are matching. Well, Catherine, it's not really the answer either. I mean, I think it's I don't know if it's the answer. It might not be. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, again, I'm not planning on moving anytime soon, so it's not really on my agenda. I've been a thorn in their side this long, and I don't give a fuck now. So, it is what it is. As long as my mom's good, that's all I give a fuck about. Don't care about nothing else. Oh, that's not what I wanted.
Correction, was additional on your...
All right, guys. This is going to be the last one.
Suspect are now at their location in South Clan Balboa at the Fat Burger. Suspect is now at 7740 Balboa Street, code 2 incident 1782 and RD 1007.
Possible attempt suicide 8256 Orion Avenue, phase 2 rapid SOS location. Pierre,
it's a dude.
His pregnant girlfriend is hitting herself and disconnected. It's code 2 incident 1887 or 1991.
Oh, they're married. He's got a ring on. That's his wife. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it ain't. Let's not get him in trouble.
U.S. officer needs help. Heart and Owens Mouth officer needs help. Heart and Owens Mouth. Any are going to come in on finger frequency.
Catherine, I know. I mean,
on emergency.
I've only been here for 5 years. I mean, if you remember, when I did the show, I started the show in Hollywood, and I moved here. So that was a big change, too. I had to find a place where I could still get some sort of reception, you know, and a place I could afford and isn't, you know, completely packed like Hollywood is.
The units respond eastbound.
You know what I mean? It's shit's like this all the time. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of fucking no parking and just traffic everywhere and all that shit. So that's why I left. Yeah, officer needs help. It's not a good call. Hopefully they are all right.
On units code 42119 West 5th Street, no evidence for trouble.
He got sentenced 3 to 10 years for his DUI wreck. You know, even if he does 3, his career's done anyways. Dude crushed out his whole life. Speeding like a dummy. Drunk. Driving, what was he doing? Like 160 miles an hour or something?
Has a suspect prone to out. Down. Units respond eastbound only from Topanga.
Yeah. Dude's a ding dong. He had a great life ahead of him. NFL career, big contract already signed, living in a big city. And that's the problem with the Vegas scene, you know? It's a lot of temptation there to become a gambler or to drink, just the lifestyle of going to strip clubs and things like that. I mean, you know pro athletes do it. The ladies want to be with a pro athlete, let's be honest. And, man, it's just so much temptation. It's hard to keep them away.
Groups to gun 3470 West 6th Street in front of the restaurant. Suspect number 1 sitting in a wheelchair, male, white, 20 years, wearing a black shirt, gray pants, number 2 laying on the ground, male, white, 25 years, wearing a navy shirt, blue jeans, red shoes, black and copper gun between them on the ground, code 2, incident 1892, already 2027.
You know, and I bet you, even like for the Vegas Knights, it affects the incoming teams. Some of them fools will be out there fucking, you know, they're past their curfew, up there gambling late night, drinking, whoring. You know what I mean? They're hockey players. Come on, they do that all the time. I remember them doing that when I was in the fucking out front of the Forum. You'd see them walking out with 2 chicks, screaming to the other hockey player, "Hey, where are we going here? We'll meet up in the jacuzzi at the Marriott." Like it was, you know? I mean, come on, man. These are men. They're going to go ahead and do some crazy things. Put them there? Vegas? Come on.
Code 2, incident 1899, already 882. Please tell the van ambulance overdose 2625 Dalton Avenue. Subject is a daughter, 20 years.
Am I in Riverside?
Incident 1891, RD 326.
Your uncle went to Sturgis? Nice. I'm sure it's a nice ride. I'm sure the town loves it for the most part. Get a ton of money. And then it goes back to quiet.
Rover's been activated, 2187, 2182, come in.
Kathy, have a good one. Shells, you too. See you guys on Friday. Well, she might be his wife. How do you know it's not his wife? Could be the side chick.
It's information on a GTA that occurred Venice Boulevard and Rose vehicles, a white 2003 Chevrolet pickup.
First responders. Yeah, I'm going to get off right now, Bionic.
White
2 more hits and I'm done.
Last thing 11:45 to
Go enjoy Joe.
midnight.
I wish the best to him.
State. Information only to 1902.
Thank you, Spookies. You have a lovely day as well.
So 166 West 43rd Place, front of the women's shelter. Instead of a creature, the Camry suspect is the roommate 6 clear from Mel Flag. Let's go to incident 1907, RE 1351.
Who knows, Bear? You'd have to do some investigation. Uh-oh, he's walking around, bro. Is he going to start singing to folks? Straight unplugged. Get it, dog. All right, Nancy, have a great one. Am I live tonight? No, Friday. Unless there's a chase, and I gotta be honest, I need to get some shit done, so I'm hoping there's no chase tonight. If anything, tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day too, Wayne. There it goes. All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining me. I apologize that it's sucky today. Last couple have been real sucky. I don't know what's going on. Since they came back from vacation, it's been pretty lackluster. So I do appreciate you guys joining me, for hanging out. Thank you for the likes, the love, the huge donations from you guys. Thank you so much. DS, thank you so much. Kat, the huge donations. And the rest of you guys that are on the roller there. I appreciate you too. You guys, Andrea, thank you so much. Dragon, thank you. Thank you guys, all you guys, for all the donos, the likes, the love, the thumbs ups, the camaraderie, just the overall fun and laughs. I appreciate all of it. Like I said, we back Friday, 10 a.m. For our next bullshit meeting, I guess. I don't know, man. Hopefully they'll get better. That's all I can say. But have a fantastic day. Enjoy the rest of your week, y'all. And I'll see you guys on the next one.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Bye, y'all. Enjoy the day.